are live down in St. Louis. It'll be your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats versus the St. Louis Knights here in about a minute and a half. I want to run through our sponsors here. We sure appreciate each one of you joining us here this evening on the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, the WBN as we like to call it. We made the long trip down here to St. Louis earlier today. And again, Wildcats broadcast and uniforms and everything else that we do are made possible by our generous sponsors. American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. Chicago's Pizza, our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our Center Grove showroom or contact us at 317-201-8500. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Gaylor Electric, reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. In His Hands Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electricity experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook. Meyer Groceries and More. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA. NASCOInc.com. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates or thepsp.org. Taylor University, academic excellence dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. Starting up here for your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats, it's going to be Brewer, Barnes, Ruddle, Bookwalter, and Shook on the court for your Cats. Going up against the St. Louis Knights. Looks like number 24 is going to tip off. That's Plymail. Plymail's going to tip off against Barnes here. Momentarily, whistle blows. And we have actions. Tip gathered in by the Knights. And number 15, that's Linema. Linema crosses the timeline and gets stuck there. She's going to dribble again. Must have been touched by a Wildcat. And Linema looks for somebody. Gets it down, and Bookwalter steals it away. Bookwalter up to Brewer. Brewer on the fast break. And she puts it up and in for two. Quick 2-0 by the Cats. And the Knights have the basketball. And Snell gets it up to Linema. Linema tries to get it up to number 2, Kalista. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. So far, Knights haven't even attempted a shot. Barely got it past half court. It is 2-0, although the scoreboard says 1-0. I'm not sure why. Ruddle with the basketball, top of the key. Going to drive right. Ruddle goes down. Gets it back up top to Shook. Shook swings it to Brewer. Brewer with the basketball. Swings it left to Bookwalter for three. Offline, or hits the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Plymail. Plymail on the fast break. Off her foot. It's gathered in. It looks like they're going to fight for it. Struggle for it down there. It's going to... should be a jump ball is my guess. Going to be Wildcat basketball. 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. It's great to have you along here on the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. The WBN. Ruddle with the basketball. Calls the play as she comes up the court. Crosses the timeline. Ruddle going to go right to Bookwalter. Bookwalter back up top to Ruddle. Ruddle with a straight-on three-pointer off the back rim on top of the backboard. Out of bounds. It's Knights basketball. Knights will inbound the basketball. Cats putting on a full-court press. And they get into Kalista. Kalista back to Linema. Linema swings it far right to Snell. Snell's going to be guarded by Brewer. Gets it up to Kalista. Kalista's going to drive down, pull it back on the right side, being guarded by Ruddle. Going to go all the way to the baseline, put it up, and in for two. Nice move there by Kalista. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle crosses the timeline with the left-hand dribble and switches back to the right. Bookwalter with the basketball. Bookwalter for three. No good. Rebounded, battle for, and Barnes tips it out of bounds. It's going to be Knights basketball. It's 2-2, 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Early in this one from St. Louis at the St. Louis tip-off turning. And number 25, Linema with the basketball. Left-hand dribble going against Brewer. Linema crosses the timeline, looking for somebody. Tries to get it up, almost stolen away by Ruddle. And Kalista gathers it in. Kalista with the basketball. Kalista back up top to Snell. Snell stolen away by Brewer. Brewer on the fast break. Brewer fakes left, goes right, puts it up. Might have been fouled on the play, but it goes in for two. It's 4-2 Cats. And Knights get it up. It's stolen away by Brewer and Barnes. Both on now. It's stolen back by number 24, Plymail. And number 15, Linema, is going to come up the court, cross the timeline, behind the back dribble, being guarded by Ruddle. And back to Plymale. Linema. Linema goes up and is fouled on the play, and that's a foul on number 4. Looks like that was on... Was it on number 4? It was on 4, Bookwalter. Puts number 15. That's Bookwalter's first, team first. Linema on the line, shooting 2. First one's off the front of the rim, no good. And Cats are going to sub in. Bookwalter and Barnes going to take a break. Garcia and Woodard check in for the Cats. And then once again, that's Linema on the line, shooting 2. Second of 2 coming up. Dribbles, settles, and shoots. And that one is no good. Rebounded by Shook. Skies in for the rebound. Ruddle with the basketball across the timeline. Ruddle gets it down low to Garcia for 3. Offline, no good. Rebounded by Shook. Long 2-pointer, no good. Cats having trouble getting it going in. Garcia gets the rebound out of bounds. They get it inside to Brewer. Inside the lane. One hand puts it up. She's fouled on the play, and it's no good. It's going to put number 12 Brewer on the line, shooting 2. That is a foul on the Knights. That is the first team foul on the Knights. And who is that on? The foul? Didn't see who the foul was on that one. 2 shots for Brewer on the line. Brewer. Hey, testing. Garcia, thank you so much for commenting. It's so nice to have people comment. Scott Ruddle, let's go girls. And Amy Shook says, hey, so glad you guys can comment on these videos as we're going along. So thanks, guys, for joining us. I'll try to keep track of that as we go along. Brewer missed the first of 2, makes the second of 2. That makes it 5-2. Right now is the score. Knights with the basketball. That's Linema. Comes up court, going all the way down, coast to coast, kicks it back out to Snell for 3. No good. Rebounded by Woodard to Shook. Up front to Garcia, who's going to drive the baseline. Garcia's going to put it up with the right hand. No good. Rebounded by the Knights. And they're going to get it up. New player in for the Knights, Kumerl, and she's going to be a travel call on Kumerl. Did we decide that was Kumerl? Kumerl. It's a odd spelling of a last name. Coumerlh. Kumerl. We did have Mrs. Garcia check out how we're supposed to say it, and I'm still probably butchering it. Ruddle with the basketball. Swings it left to Garcia. Garcia. Good tight defense actually being played by the Knights. They are on us pretty tight. Brewer for 3. No good. Rebounded by Kumerl. And it's off the foot of Garcia, and it's going to be out of bounds. That's going to be Knights basketball. And Kumerl, she was going to inbound it. Now it's going to be Linema. Linema's going to inbound the basketball. Cats in that full court press again. Oh, Kumerl comes out of the game, and Beck comes in. Oh, Brewer steals it away. She's looking for somebody. Gets it to Shook. They swing it underneath to Ruddle. Off the glass and good. Another 2 points there for the Cats. It's 7-2. Cats in the lead by 5. Largest lead of the game so far. Kalista with the basketball. Drops it back to Linema. They get it up to, that is Beck with the basketball, and then a 3-point attempt, no good. Out of bounds. It's going to stay Knights basketball. So right now on the court, it's Snell, Linema, Beck. Let's see who else is out there. Plymale. And there's one more that I missed. Oh, they get it inside the paint. That's going to be a foul inside the paint there. And that foul's going to be on number 20. That's going to be Hannah Ruddle. Picks up her first, and that's the team's second foul. 7-2, Cats in the lead. Puts number 24, Plymale, on the line, shooting 2. Plymale settles, shoots, no good. Off the back of the rim. 7-2, 4 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Sarah Roscoe checks in for the Cats. Hannah Ruddle takes a break. Knights certainly are intense on defense, just having trouble getting the ball to go down inside the hoop. As I say that, she hits the second of 2. It's 7-3, and Roscoe comes up the court and gets it down to Garcia on the right side. Garcia looks inside to Brewer. Brewer, nice pass. She had a good look inside. It's a kick right off the foot of the Knights player, and it's going to be, there's a good look inside by Shook to try to, or by Brewer to get it in to Shook. Just went off the Knights player. Garcia's quick shot there, no good. Rebounded. Gonna call a travel. That's an unlucky call there. Feet got tangled up. but no foul called. It's Wildcat basketball underneath. And the coach of the night says, hey, look for the push. I think it was just simply a trip. They just got their feet tangled up. And Wildcats get it in. And up top to Shook. Shook's looking down low. Going to get it out to Roscoe. Roscoe for three. It's short. Rebounded by the Knights. Cats having trouble getting it going down. Getting it to go down right now. Linema with the basketball across the timeline. Linema with the right-hand dribble being guarded by Shook. Trying to drive the lane. It's almost stolen away by Woodard. And number 2, Kalista, puts up a three. No good. Rebounded by Brewer, who's going to turn on the gas. He's going to go all the way down inside the hoop, or inside the lane. Gets it over to Garcia on the left. Roscoe fakes it long two. Makes it move inside. They're going to call it travel on the play. She was trying to do that old Texas two-step, and I guess that's no good here in Missouri. It's going to be Knights basketball. Bookwalter's going to check back in for the Cats. And Knights call the play. Again, full court press being applied by the Cats. Tight full court press. And they do finally get it in, but it's almost stolen away. It is stolen away. And oh my goodness, they just dragged Roscoe. That was a tough play there. Roscoe got her arm caught up in the ball. No foul called. Then the foul was called on the Cats. That's going to be a foul on... Who is the foul on there? 24, Holly Woodard. Her first, team third. Number 24 settles in at the line, Plymail. She hits the first of two, 7-4. Cats in the lead by 3. 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. And number 50, Keating, a new player, checks in for the Knights. And Plymail settles. Plymail shoots. It's good. That one's 2 for 2 from the line is Plymail. It's going to be a timeout called by the Knights. They've gone on a little bit of a run here. It was 7-2. Now it's 7-5. Cats in the lead by 2 with 3.5 minutes to go. Appreciate you joining us here live from St. Louis at the St. Louis Tip-Off Tourney, where a bunch of homeschool teams get together and play an early season tournament. This is the Wildcats' second game of the season so far. In the preseason, the Cats played Bloomington North, and they also played Bedford North Lawrence. They had a win and a loss there, respectively. And then a few nights ago, the Cats were able to play Monrovia and just really handled Monrovia quite well, winning that game by quite a bit. Don't remember the final. I think it was 72-31, actually, was the final against Monrovia. Cats having a similar time scoring early here. The Cats only scored 6 points the entire first quarter a couple nights ago. So hopefully here in the remaining 3.5 or half of this first quarter, we'll see a few more shots go down for the Cats. Roscoe with the basketball, inbounded from Brewer. Roscoe brings it up, gets it over to Garcia on the left side. Back to Roscoe. Roscoe going to drive right, get it inside to Bookwalter. Bookwalter shovels it back out to Garcia. Garcia with the basketball inside the lane, loses it to the Knights. Knights steal it away. And that's going to be number 2, Kalista, with the basketball all the way inside the lane. She gets it blocked by Brewer, and it's gathered in by Garcia. Garcia with the basketball. Garcia comes up the court, crosses the timeline. Gets it over to Bookwalter. Bookwalter thought about the 3 there, gets it out to Woodard at the top of the key. Woodard inside to Brewer. Brewer feels the defender, and a little jumper, no good, off the front of the rim. Ball hit the ground amazingly inside the paint. And it's going to be Knights basketball. And Plymail gets it to Linema. Linema with the basketball across the timeline. Cats dropped a little bit back off of that full court press. 7-5, Cats in the lead by 2. And Kalista swings it down low. It's going to be tipped, and nice block there by Garcia with no foul. Good job by Garcia. She's going to go on the fast break, get it over to Woodard. Wide open 3 by Bookwalter. No good. Rebounded by Bookwalter. Gets her own rebound at the top of the key. Swings it down to Garcia. Garcia on the far left side. Garcia to Bookwalter. Bookwalter looking inside, trying to get it to Woodard. It does get it to Woodard. Woodard gets it back out to Roscoe for 3. Boom! Roscoe nails the 3. That's 10-5. And the Knights have the basketball. That's Linema crossing the timeline, being guarded by Garcia. Gets it back over to Plymail. Plymail puts it on the ground, and it scoots over to Kalista. Back to Plymail. Plymail inside, puts it up, and no good. Rebounded by Woodard. Gets it over to Roscoe. Roscoe comes up the court. It's 10-5. Cats in the lead by 5. Largest lead of the game so far. Roscoe's going to go all the way down. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Going to call it out of bounds. Good hustle there by Roscoe. Good hustle by Ross. Going to be Wildcat basketball. Barnes and Ruddle going to check back in for the Cats. Brewer's going to take a break, as is Woodard. And Wildcats. Garcia's going to inbound the basketball. The ball was handed just briefly. They blew the whistle again. Garcia with the basketball. Garcia gets it to Bookwalter on the far right side for a three. Boom! Bookwalter for three. 13-5. Minute and a half to go in this first quarter. Knights with the basketball. They get it up to Linema. Linema to the middle. Back out to Linema. Going to drive to the lane. Good defense being applied there by the Cats. Great defense. Barnes stood her ground, and then Ruddle blocked it. Going to get it all the way up to Roscoe. It's going to be a travel on Roscoe. That's going to be a turnover on the Cats. And it's going to be Knights basketball. Number 25, Snell checks back in for the Knights. And number 2, Kalista checks out. Number 15, Linema is going to inbound the basketball, and she gets it in to Plymail. Plymail's going to come up the court. That's going to be a foul on Bookwalter as she went by. That's Bookwalter's second. That's the team 4th foul of the contest. 13-5, 1 minute, 5 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Snell is going to inbound the basketball to Linema. Linema calls the play. Linema looks right, finally does go right, almost out of bounds. It's caught by Snell. Snell with the basketball being guarded by Roscoe. Get it up top to Beck. Beck back to Plymail. Plymail looks inside, gets it back outside to Linema. Reset the offense. And they're going to go to the right to Snell. Snell looking for somebody. He's going to have to get it off to, it's going to be 5 seconds awfully soon there. Not sure if they were counting. Looked like 10 seconds to me. Keating with the basketball. Keating being guarded, tapped away by Barnes, and it's gathered in by Roscoe on the steal. Get it up to Barnes. Barnes settles, puts it up, pushed in the back. Not sure what happened there on that. She was pushed in the back. She almost pushed out of bounds. 13-5, Cats in the lead. 15 seconds to go. Linema with the basketball. Linema for the St. Louis Knights. Get it over to 14, Beck. Beck going to get the pick set and looks like she's in trouble. 5 seconds to go. Somebody's going to have to pull the trigger on a shot here. It's tapped away by Bookwalter. And she throws the shot up, no good. It was before the time, after the time expired anyway. It's 13-5, Cats in the lead by 8. It's going to be another 8-minute quarter. That's the end of the first quarter for the Cats. 13-5, Cats in the lead. Once again, we thank you for joining us here on the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, the WBN. We are here in St. Louis, live in St. Louis, playing the St. Louis Knights in this opener for the Cats in this tourney. Have another game coming up at 8 o'clock this evening, so hope you can join us for that as well. Give you our sponsors here, Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. Taylor University, academic excellence, dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates or find us online at vpsp.org. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA, nascoinc.com. Meyer, groceries and more. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook, JLP Electric. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. In His Hands Orphan Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. Gaylor Electric, proud sponsor of your Indianapolis Colts last night with a big win, and also of your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats. Reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Gaylor Electric. And we're back to play here. In a 13-5 score so far, Cats in the lead, and the Knights have the basketball. And they get it top of the key. That's top of the key by Plymail. Plymail gets it tapped away by Shook. Back across the timeline, but it was tipped, so that was okay. No over and back there. Plymail gets it to Beck. Beck with the basketball. Again, it's going to be tapped out by Garcia. Gathered again by Beck. And then inside, that's going to be a foul. Cats keep fouling underneath in the paint. That's going to be a foul on Louis Shook. And And that is her first, and that's the team fifth foul of the contest. 13-5. She was not shooting on the play, so it's out of bounds underneath their own basket with the Knights. Knights looking for somebody to get it into. They do get it in. She did hold her foot. She's going to look for somebody. Should be out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. Off of Plymale. Wildcats are inbound the basketball here. It's going to be Barnes is going to inbound the basketball to Ruddle. So glad to have you joining us here today live from St. Louis. 13-5, Cats in the lead by 8. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Ruddle with the basketball, top of the key, swings it left to Brewer, back to Ruddle. Barnes with the pick there, and they get it over to Garcia. Garcia for three. Off the rim, off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball, puts it up off the glass. Good! Nice play there by Gloria Brewer for two. It's 15-5. Cats with the largest lead at 10. And Cats back on defense. It's stolen away by Barnes. Good play there by Barnes. She was fouled on the play. It should stay. She was actually a foul. They're actually going to call it out on Barnes instead of the foul. 15-5, Cats down by 10. Number 25, Snell, gets it in to Linema. Linema with the basketball across the timeline, being guarded by Brewer. Back up top to Snell. Snell's going to drive right, dish it out. I think that is number 5, Kumeril for two, no good. Rebounded, skying in there for the rebound. Louis Shook gets it to Garcia. Garcia comes up, and it's a little miscommunication there by the Cats. Didn't know who it was going to, so Barnes tipped it, but he was actually trying to go past Barnes. But so that's a turnover by the Cats. Just a miscommunication. Stolen away, picked her pocket. Did Gloria Brewer, going to go all the way down, and a foul took her out. That was very intentional. She looked at the player. She was playing the player and not the ball on that one. That was for sure. 15-5. Cats in the lead by 10. That's going to be a foul on number 25, Snell. That's going to be 2 shots. Should be 2 shots. Brewer with the basketball gathers it in and settles in at the line to shoot 2. 15-5, 6:21 to go in the first half. Drains the first one. Does Brewer. And one new player's going to check in. Bryant for the Knights, and then 24, Plymale is going to check back in for the Knights. Gloria Brewer settles in for the second of 2 here. She made the first one. Second one is up off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Barnes. Barnes is going to put it back up and in for 2. Nice play there by Barnes. And Knight's going to have the basketball in the backcourt, so need to be careful on the fouls there. But no foul called on Ruddle. And they get it up to Calista. Calista gets down to Bryant. Bryant with the basketball. Bryant's going to come in the lane, be hammered by Barnes. She got her money's worth on that one. That's going to be the first personal on Barnes, and that's the team. Set the team 7th, 6th team foul. So next one is bonus. 6 minutes, 2 seconds to go in this first half. Bryant, first one is up, no good, off the front of the rim. Bookwalter and Woodard going to check back in for the Cats, and Garcia and Barnes going to take a seat. Bryant with the basketball, settles for her second of 2, and that one's up, and that one is good. 18-6, Cats in the lead by 12. It was 13 just a moment ago. They're 13th, their largest lead of the game. Weddle calls the play, goes to the top of the key, goes ahead and pulls the trigger for 3. No good, off the back of the rim. Rebounded by the Knights, and they are on a fast break. That's going to be a foul on Ruddle. That's going to be Ruddle's second. That's going to be the team's 7th foul. So they will go to the line shooting 1-1, I believe. 5 minutes, 49 seconds, 1-1. It's going to put number 25, Snell, on the line, shooting the first of a 1-1. She settles on the line and shoots, and that one's good, so she's going to get the bonus. It's 18-7. Knights on a 2-0 run right now. 18-7. Cats in the lead by 11. Snell settles, shoots. That one's good as well. Nothing but net. 18-8. That 13-point lead is now at 10. 18-8. Ruddle with the basketball. Stops, gives it over to Bookwalter on the right side. Up top to Louis Shook. Shook down low. Gets it to the post player to Woodard. Outside to Brewer. Misses everything. And it's rebounded by Calista. Calista with the basketball comes up the court. Across the timeline, being guarded by Shook. Calista with the basketball. Calista over to 24. Plymale. Plymale Going to look inside. Going to go ahead and shoot and get it to Louis Shook. Nice little alley-oop to Louis. Just the wrong teammate for the Knights. Brewer's going to go all the way under, be fouled on the play. And again, they're just hacking away. And they hacked Barnes early. Didn't call it, but she didn't give as much. Sometimes you got to show that you were hit. I don't think Barnes showed enough that she was hit. Brewer with the basketball. She's going to be shooting two. The first one is up and good. That's the first. That's 19-8. Cats in the lead by 11. Their largest lead was 13 moments ago. Brewer settles, shoots off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bryant for the Knights. Bryant's looking up for some help. Bryant going to go all the way down. They get the ball, and by the half-court line, they are going all the way to the bucket. And the problem is the Cats have been fouling them and giving free throws from the line. So Cats need to figure out how to stop that play, whether it's somebody down there just staying in for the charge or something, because this team is just charging for that basketball, for the hoop every time they hit that half-court line. It's stolen away by the Cats. Given to Ruddle. Ruddle looks up. She's going to give it over to Bookwalter for a wide-open three. Offline. No good. Rebounded by Louis Shook, who feels it, puts it up, and no good. But then Brewer comes down with it, with the rebound. She's going to try. Oh, it's stolen away. Wow. Lots of wrestling going on underneath. And the Knights with the basketball. It's they are not exactly calling it the same both ways, I'll tell you that. They're calling every ticky-tack foul on the Cats, and on the St. Louis Knights, they're just letting them hack away. Louis Shook's going to go all the way down and go up and put it in for two. Probably got the additional foul on the way by. And it's 21-8, Cats in the lead. Number 25, Snell. Snell gets it up to Kalista. Kalista stopped down on the far right side. Deep three ball is good for number 15, Linema. 21-11. Cats in the lead by 10. Down low to Shook for two. It's good. Nice play there by the Cats to see the open player down in the paint. And get it up. Kalista comes all the way up. She's going to get it down low. That's going to be a block. Out of bounds. It's going to stay Knights basketball. And Roscoe's going to check in for the Cats. And number 50, Keating, is going to check in for the Knights. It is 23-11. Cats in the lead by 12. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the half. Also, number 14, Beck checks in. And also Garcia checks in for the Cats. Beck checked in for the Knights. So Shook is on the bench. Shook, Barnes, and Ruddle on the bench for the Cats. Good defense being applied here by the Cats. That's going to be a foul on Brewer. And that is the team's, is that the 8th foul? The 8th team foul versus looks like 3 fouls for the Knights. It is really bad, actually. Fouls, very large foul disparity.
Hopefully the refs will stand the signs in there.
Right, and that one is good. Kalista puts it in for one. And 8-3 is the foul count, and it's not because the Knights are not fouling. They're just not getting the call. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. And the second one is good as well. 23-13. Cats up by 10. And Bookwalter with the basketball going to go all the way down and lay it up and in for two. That's one way to make it happen right there. And Linema swings it over to Kalista. Back to Linema. Slapped out of bounds by Woodard. And that's going to be Knights basketball on the far right side. Linema's going to inbound the basketball. She calls the play, does Linema. She gets it in to Snell. Snell back, gets it to Kalista. Kalista's going to drive the lane, look for some help on a relief foul. It's gathered in by the Cats. Woodard steals it away. It's Garcia with the basketball. Comes up the court. Across the timeline does Garcia. Kicks it out to Brewer. Long three there by Brewer. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. And they get it to Linema, their point guard. Linema calls the play, being guarded by Bookwalter. Linema across the timeline. Linema's going to go all the way down. Like I said, that's going to be a charge. Yes, it is! Finally, get the offensive foul call. 25-13. Holly sacrificed her body on that one. Great play, great call. Going to be a timeout call now by Coach Roscoe as Barnes gets ready to check back in. So glad to see Woodard take that charge. We had just talked about it a little bit ago that it would be nice to see a charge taken, and it was. So Cats in the lead, 25-13, leading by 12 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. We'll give you the rest of our sponsors here. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our Center Grove showroom or contact us at 317-201-8500. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Chicago's Pizza. Our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. And Barnes and Shook getting a little props there from the ref. Doing a good job over here in the broadcast booth. So glad to have Shook and Barnes along for the ride here. And we are hopefully going to be okay with the battery. Just checked. Boosting the battery here with the battery pack. 25-13. Cats in lead by 12. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Garcia inbounds to Roscoe. Roscoe across the timeline. Roscoe on the top of the key. Going to dish it out to Bookwalter. Bookwalter being guarded tightly by number 25, Snell. Bookwalter gets it inside to Barnes. She skies up, puts it in. What a play by the Cats. That ball seemed like it was going over Barnes' head, but she went up and got it and put it in for two. 27-13. Cats in the lead by 14, their largest lead of the game. Linema across the timeline. Swings it over to Snell. Snell with the basketball back to Linema. Linema for the Knights. Going to hand it off to Kalista. Kalista stolen away by Roscoe. That's going to be a foul on number 2. Kalista on the foul. Once Roscoe stole it away, it was a little bit of a frustration foul there by Kalista. And it looks like number 24, Plymale, is going to check in for the Knights. And Roscoe with the basketball, hands it over to Brewer. Top of the key, gets it down low. Tries to get it back to Brewer. Barnes is going to take the paint. Stolen away by the Knights. And it's going to be number 14. She's going to pull up his back and hand it back to Linema, the point guard. Linema going to drive the lane, pull up at the free throw line, and hit for two. 27-14. Cats in the lead by 13. 27-15. Cats in the lead by 12. Try to get it down low to Barnes. That's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. It was tipped out of bounds by the Knights. It's going to be a difficult inbound play here. It's in the corner. Roscoe will inbound the basketball. Brewer's going to take a break. Maybe the remaining minute and 46. 27-15. Cats in the lead by 12. They get it into Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle fakes inside. Gets it over to Garcia for three. Too long. Rebounded by Roscoe. And she gets the ball. She's going to drive the baseline, put it up, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. And they're going to get it to Linema, their point guard. Garcia tries to tap it away. And Linema with the basketball. Needs to cross the timeline and does. She's hard charging. And back up top to, looks like number 5, Kumeral. And 24 just throws the ball up there. Oh my goodness. She just threw it up and hit it. And it's 17-27. It's going to be a foul called on number 15, Linema. So we got a couple fouls called here. Hannah Ruddle going to inbound the basketball. 27-17. Cats were up by 15 a minute ago. It's now 10. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go. Cats looking for somebody. They get it into Garcia. Does Ruddle. Garcia's going to drive the lane. Put it up high off the glass. No good. Rebounded by the Knights. They do. Gather those rebounds in underneath. They camp out underneath and get the rebound. 27-17. Cats up by 10. Linema with the basketball. Linema. Left-hand dribble. Tapped away by Garcia. Looked like it might have hit the ref on the way out. Out on the ref, but they're going to give it to the Knights. Number 14, Beck's going to check in for the Knights. 50.8 seconds to go in this halftime. First half, they get it into Linemuch. Tapped up and away by Garcia. Garcia looked like a volleyball player right there. She tapped it way up in the air and then slapped it down. And it looks like we got a no foul over there on the far side. Good defense being applied by Bookwalter. That's going to be a timeout call by the Knights. That 5 seconds was rapidly approaching, and the Knights coach knew it, so he called the timeout. 33.9 seconds to go in this first half. 27-17. Cats were leading by 15. It's now 10 in this first half. But I'll tell you, the fouls have made a big difference. A lot of fouls called on the Cats, so it stops the momentum of the game. And so they just have to keep, the Knights keep shooting free throws, and they're actually making a good portion of their free throws to stay in this game. 33.9 seconds to go in the first half. So thankful for you joining us here on the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, the WBN, live from St. Louis, Missouri, in the St. Louis tip-off tourney to kick off the season. This is the second game of the season for the Cats. Played Monrovia High School earlier this week and won 72-31. Cats trying to get their average up to around 70 a game. That certainly ensures you're going to win most games if you can have an average of 70. Cats looking good early on. They're going to be a fun team to watch, are these Lady Wildcats. Going to inbound the basketball is number 25, Snell. Snell looks and gets it in. It's tapped away by Barnes, who taps it out of bounds. It's going to stay Knights basketball. Good play there by Barnes to tap the ball out of bounds. And she is guarding Plymale. So we'll see how they play it here. The Knights get it in to number 14, Beck. Beck's going to try to drive the lane. Kick it back up top to number 24, Plymale. Plymale almost loses it. Looking for some help. Plymale is. Gets it down low. It's going to be Bryant for two. They're a bit of a scrappy team, are these Knights. 27-19. Cats in the lead by 8. Down low to Shook. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Barnes, who puts it up and fouled on the play, and it's no good. It's going to put Barnes on the line shooting two. 27-19. 7 seconds to go in the first half. Barnes on the line shooting two. Receives the ball and dribbles, sets, and shoots. That one is good. 28-19. Cats finally put it through the hoop there, because that was they'd gone a while on that drought. 28-19, 9-point lead. Of course, Brewer is on the bench and has been on for a little bit. Second one is up and good. Nothing but net on that one. Barnes is going to come out of the game, and Woodard's going to check in. Coach clearly resting Brewer. Another game later on tonight. So we got this one at least in hand for the moment. And so Brewer's taking a break. And number 25, Snell, is going to receive the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds on the Knights. And that is going to conclude the first half. It is 29 for your Cats, 19 for the St. Louis Knights. Live here in St. Louis, Missouri at the St. Louis tip-off tourney. Looks like there are dozens of homeschool teams here from around the Midwest region here. We know they're coming from as far away as, well, Tennessee's not that far from here in Missouri, so that's Memphis, and there's some Tulsa, Oklahoma teams here. There's teams from Indiana, teams from Michigan here, so a lot of good competition here this weekend. So one more game, so this game here, then another game tonight at 8 o'clock, and then there'll be another game tomorrow at around 4 o'clock, and hopefully the Cats are in that championship game tomorrow afternoon after play here today. Once again, you are listening to the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, the WBN as we affectionately like to call it. And it is time, as I know you all wait anxiously to hear, the Shookism of the day. The Shookism of the day. What is the word that starts with E and ends with E and only has one letter? Starts with E, ends with E, and only has one letter. I can tell you I answered wrongly, but the correct answer is envelope. That's the correct answer. What starts with E and ends with E and only has one letter, it is an envelope. So that is your Shookism, and we'll get the stats. The stats just walked away, so instead I will give you our sponsors for the homeschool Wildcats here. We'll try to get through them before this minute and a half is up. American Senior Communities, caring people. Where caring people make the difference, ASCCare.com. Chicago's Pizza, our story is told. Thank you, Amy, for saying ha-ha. It's nice of you to laugh at your brother's joke. Chicago's Pizza. Our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. DLZ, brother. A lot. Yes, because I'm holding. The reason there's a lot of camera movement is because Matt is unsteady on his feet. He feels like he's on a ship. I'm very, very sorry. But I did not set up the tripod. It's a monopod. I'm very sorry. I get a little bit excited. And so I'll try to be a little better. I'm very sorry about that. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience, serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our Center Grove showroom or contact us at 317-201-8500. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Gaylor Electric, reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. Going to give you your totals here. We interrupt our sponsor list. Our totals for the Wildcats. Gloria Brewer leads the team with 9. Emma Barnes has 6. Julia Bookwalter with 5. Louis Shook with 4. Sarah Roscoe with 3, and Hannah Ruddle with 2. That rounds out kind of a low-scoring game so far, but yes and no. I mean, it is 29, so their average is 70, so hopefully they can come out and hit some more.
Gloria usually has at least.
Well, Gloria sat a lot. He's trying to sit her some in that second quarter, and so hopefully she'll come out and hit a few here. In His Hands, Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook. JLP Electric. Meyer Groceries and More. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA. NASCOInc.com. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates or thepsp.org. Taylor University, academic excellence dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. And Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Thai Spice in Indianapolis, Thai Connection in Columbus, Indiana, for authentic Thai cuisine. Cats back in action here. They take the ball and put it up, and Gloria Brewer off the rim, no good. Rebounded out of bounds, and that's going to stay Wildcat basketball. 29-19, Cats in the lead by 10. On the court for your Cats, it's Barnes, Brewer, Ruddle, Shook, and Bookwalter. 7 minutes, 43 seconds to go in this third quarter. Brewer looks for an outlet. She gets it to Bookwalter for 3. No good. Off the foot. 2 feet. 1 foot of the Knights and 1 foot of the Wildcats. And then it's tied up, and that's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to go to the Knights. And Linema looking for some help. Linema, Cats in a full court press. Gonna baseball pass it up. Stolen away by Barnes. And the Knights just couldn't get it in. Barnes back up top to Ruddle. Over to Bookwalter on the far left side. Back up top, stolen away by the Knights. That is number 25, Snell, with the basketball. Snell gives it over up top to Kalista. Kalista swings it low for a 3-point shot by number 5, Kumuro. And it was no good. Rebounded by Bookwalter. Gets it up to Shook. Back to the middle at the free throw line. Barnes is going to take it inside and off the glass for 2. Nice move there by Barnes from the free throw line. Knights with the basketball. Trying to get it out of that half court. Cats playing good half court, full court defense. It is stolen away by the Cats. Bookwalter with the basketball. Bookwalter's going to go all the way down and put it up and in for 2. Cats on a quick run here. 33-19. Cats in the lead by 14. Their largest lead was 15. And Linema gets it up to number 2, Kalista. Kalista with the basketball being guarded by Shook. Going to hand it over to Linema. Linema with the basketball. Linema hands it back to Kalista. Kalista tries to get in the paint. No doing. Hannah Ruddle says absolutely not. Linema with the basketball, top of the key. Going to drive all the way down. Good defense by the Cats. It's going to be a foul called on Brewer. And that's going to send number 15, Linema, to the line, shooting 2 for the Knights. Watching from Ohio tonight, but we couldn't miss the game. Well, great to have you, Shelly. Sorry about the camera movement. And my mother-in-law, Beth Amick, I guess you really loved that halftime Shookism, so appreciate that as you're sticking your tongue out at me. Yes, go Louie. Louie's doing great. Anna, by the way, she's looking good so far here today. And the second one by Linema is no good. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball. Comes up the court. She hears Emma coming from behind and gave it to her. Barnes, she puts it up and gets her own rebound, does Barnes. Gets it over to Shook. Good passing by the Wildcats, and that's going to be a three-point bucket by Ruddle. Boom! 36-19. Cats in the lead by 17, their largest lead of the game. Cats in that full court press. The Knights having trouble getting rid of it. They get it up to Linema, who hands it up to number 2. That is, I believe that is Kalista. Kalista tries to drive the baseline, can't do it. Cats smothering defense. It's almost stolen away. Linema grabs it and pulls it out. It's going to be a foul call on Barnes. It is a foul on Barnes. She tried to slap it away. That's her second. That's the team second of the half or first of the half? You know, Barnes? It's the first. And Linema to inbound the basketball. Gets it into 25 Snell. It's tipped. It's blocked by the Cats. So that's going to be out of bounds on the Cats. And it's going to be Knights basketball. And number 14, Beck, is going to check in for the Knights. And number 5, Kumaril, is going to take a seat. Cats on defense here. Number 2, Kalista. Kalista looking for some help. Kalista goes ahead and puts it up with the left hand. No good. Rebounded by the Knights, who put up another one. And rebounded by Shook. Nice rebound there by Shook. Brewer with the basketball. Brewer comes up, pulls up just past the free throw line. And no good. Rebounded by the Knights. And stepped on the line. Wildcat basketball. 37-19. Cats in the lead by 18. 5 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Cats inbound underneath their own basket. Looking for somebody. Get it into Brewer. Brewer, she's touched on the shot too. That was a foul on the shot. She came down and hit her. 39-19. And Cats in the lead. Stolen away by Barnes. Barnes with the basketball. She sees Bookwalter out of the corner of ice. She's hammered out of bounds. And that's going to put Bookwalter on the line, shooting 2. I'm amazed at how these girls can just sense the follow coming on the left-hand side. They almost feel like they have a sixth sense coming from that side. Looking really good on the passing so far today. 39-19, Cats in the lead by 20. 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And that one's nothing but net for Bookwalter. Barnes and Brewer congratulate her on the line. Linema and Kalisa are going to take a break. Barnes and Ruddle are going to take a break for your Cats. And that means that Garcia and Woodard are going to check in for the Cats. And there's a running clock right now, and I'm not sure. Maybe there's a running clock at 20, but that's 22. 4 minutes, 42 seconds to go. And we'll see if we have a running clock moving forward. 4:37 to go in this third quarter. And number 14, Beck with it. He gets it down. They get it down low to number 50, Keating. It's stolen away by Brewer. Brewer puts it up to Bookwalter. Bookwalter puts it. I felt like she was fouled, but they felt like she got all ball. But it was out of bounds on the Knights, and it's going to be Wildcat basketball. Yes, I am biased. I make no bones about it. 40-19. Cats in the lead by 21. And Brewer going to put it up, and no good. And it's going to be rebounded by the Knights. Knights with the basketball. Number 25, Snell, going to inbound, going to come up the court, cross the timeline. Trying to be a little better here on the camera. Sorry about the movement. And Snell gets it down low to 14. Back up top to Snell, then to Plymail. Plymail from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Roscoe. She comes in. She needs some help and does get the help. Nice play there by Roscoe. She might have been bumped in the back, but they just gave her the ball. Bookwalter for 3. No good. Roscoe just outsized there. Good defense. Off her foot. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. Good defense being applied by the Cats. 40-19. Yes, it is a running clock. And it looks like the coach is frustrated with the running clock. The Knights coach. He seems to be frustrated with the running clock, but the ref said that's the way it is. 40-19, 3 minutes to go in the third. Over to Brewer on the right side, far right side to Bookwalter. Bookwalter's going to get it on the far, go to the left side, swing it around to Garcia. Now to Roscoe left. She's going to drive the lane and put it up. No good. Off the backboard, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. And Knight's going to come up the court with it. And Cats putting a little bit of pressure there. Now they backed off. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the third. And And this is Snell going to go inside. That's going to be a charging foul. Oh, no, she was planted like a tree. Unbelievable call there. I cannot believe that call. I'm not sure how she could have been more planted than she was. Wow, that was it. Woodard just rolls the eyes. Wow. Everybody in the gym saw that one. That was a bad call. It happens. You got to go with what the black and white say. That's probably a compassion call there. Puts number 25 on the line, shooting 1-1, no good. That's a bummer. 40-21 on the two-pointer there by the Knights. Unfortunate call there to have the, should have been a charging call. Oh, Roscoe comes in, sky it in, but unable to get it to go down. And it's going to be Knights basketball. They rebound the basketball. Number 15, Linema, comes across the timeline. Going to pull the three-pointer and hit it. I mean, she just pulled up and hit the bucket. And Coach Roscoe is going to call a timeout, and that comes off of some really not so good officiating. So we'll just call it that. It is a 16-point lead now by the Cats. My assumption is they'll start going back to a stop clock. I don't know when the stop clock comes into play. But off of that foul, they have gotten 4 points. Actually 5 points have come since that foul. So Holly Woodard was planted as you can be. They just came in, bulldozer over, and gave the foul to Holly Woodard. Unfortunate there. You are listening to the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. The WBN, as we like to call it, is Wildcats are up 40-24. Cats in the lead by 16. A minute 54 to go here as Coach Roscoe has called a timeout to kind of calm his players down. It is difficult to have calls go against you like that, but it is the way it works. It's part of the game. You have to play the black and white as well. It's going to be Wildcat basketball coming out of the timeout. Garcia to inbound the basketball. No pressure being applied by the Knights. And Garcia gets it into Brewer. Brewer crosses the timeline. Brewer. And she's at the top of the key. Going to drive inside. Look outside to Garcia. Garcia on the left side. Going to back up, and she's going to go inside and get it back out deep. 3-ball short by Brewer. Roscoe's going to step on the line as she tried to rescue it. It's 40-24. Cats in the lead by 16. Ruddle's going to check in for Bookwalter. Maybe she is. Yes, she is. Ruddle checks in for Bookwalter. And Cats in that full court press. And they get it into Kalista. Kalista back to Linema. Linema being guarded by Brewer. Linema to come up the court. Left-hand dribble, right-hand dribble. Now she's across. She traveled on the play. Yes, she did. The planting foot moved. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. 1 minute, 25 seconds to go here in the third. Cats in the lead. Minute 25, 40-24. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle comes up the court, crosses the timeline. Ruddle at the top of the key, being guarded by Kumerl. And Ruddle pulls up for a deep two. No good. Rebounded by the Knights. One thing the Knights can do is they can rebound. Back to Linema. Linema gets it up to Kumerl. Kumerl out to Kalista. Kalista off Garcia's foot. Oh, my goodness. And Kalista steals it and gets the foul. Not a good sequence there for the Cats. 40-24. It came off of Garcia's foot. Normally that's called a kick, but it was not. But it is Knights basketball, and she's going to shoot two here from the line, is number 2, Kalista. Kalista, it's up, no good. Just under 1 minute to go. Roscoe's going to take a break, and Shook is going to check in. 40-24, 59.8 seconds to go. From St. Louis, Missouri against the St. Louis Knights. And that one's good. It's going to be 25-40. And the running clock has stopped, by the way. So clearly 16 and 15 to where they can't do the running clock. Brewer with the basketball. And Brewer makes her man miss, but air ball there. Rebounded. It's going to be out of bounds. Oh, pushed out of bounds. And that's going to be a foul called on number 11 of the Knights. I don't think they have an 11. Yes, they do. Bryant. That's on Bryant. Cats will have the basketball. 46.7 seconds to go in the third. 40-25. Ruddle with the basketball. Gets it into Woodard. Woodard thought about the three. Then thought about it again. Going to drive inside. Put it up and in for two is Woodard. Hollywood. Nice move there by Hollywood. And the Knights get it in. 42-25. Might have been a travel there. Linema with the basketball. She had the lane, decided to back it off. And Kalista with the basketball. Hands it off to Kumerl. Kumerl's going to go all the way around to the left side and get it to number 24, Plymale, and it's good. It is an odd shot by Plymale. She's hit a three and that jumper there as well. Ruddle inside to Shook, who scoops it back out. It was not out of bounds. And it's no good. Rebounded by the Knights. Almost stolen away. 3, 2, 1, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. 42-27. Cats lead the game by 15. That's the end of the third. And the ref putting on a little bit of a show down there on that far end. And we're going to give you our sponsors once again. We so appreciate our sponsors. Thank you for listening to the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. 42-27 at the end of 3. It is your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats versus the St. Louis Knights here in St. Louis, Missouri. Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. Taylor University, academic excellence, dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates or visit us online at vpsp.org. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA, NASCOinc.com. Meyer Groceries and more. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook, JLP Electric. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. In His Hands Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. Gaylor Electric, proud sponsor of the Indianapolis Colts and your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats. Reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram, visit our Center Grove showroom, or contact us at 317-201-8500. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience, serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Chicago's Pizza, our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. And then American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. We are back to action here in St. Louis, Missouri, where your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats taking on the St. Louis Knights. Bookwalter inbounds the basketball to Hannah Ruddle. Ruddle goes left, gives it to Brewer for 3. No good. She has been short on about 3 of those threes. Air ball. Hopefully nothing's wrong with Gloria right now, so hopefully she'll be feeling okay. I did hear she was tired from the way down, but maybe she'll get a nap in between games. Knights with the basketball. And, almost a foul there. I would have thought that would have been a foul, but she came in for the ball, did Brewer, puts it up, scoops it up, and no good. And it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be Knights basketball. Their refs seem to be allowing some physicality there on Brewer as she scooped it up, tried to go in with the bucket. 27-42, Cats lead by 15. It's stolen up, tapped by Barnes. They get it back to the Knights, and they're going to go baseline looking for some help, and they get it to see who was. That was Keating on the baseline. Look shook down to Brewer, puts it up, no good. That's going to be a foul called on Barnes, I think, or it could be on Brewer. I'm not sure who it's going to be on. That is going to be on Barnes. That's her third. That is the team. That's going to be the team 5th of the half. Actually, Brewer had more of a hand on her than Barnes did, but Barnes had a different position. Yep, she was wrapped around. And number 14, Beck. Barnes needs to be careful on the fouls. They get it to Linema. That's going to be a push on Brewer. That's a foul on Brewer. That's going to be Brewer's 3rd as well. On Linema, that's going to be a non-shooting foul, and then the Knights are going to run in 3 players, number 5, Kumerl, number 11, Bryant, and number 24, Plymale. And Linema to inbound the basketball. Linema gets it in to Snell. Snell looking right, goes left against Ruddle. They get it over to Kumerl. Kumerl goes all the way down, and she forgot. Oh, they're going to call the foul on Louis Shook. She grabbed the ball as it went by. That's a lot of fouls being called in. A quick hurry on the Cats. I didn't think she was shooting, but they're going to give her the shooting. Oh, my goodness. Well, don't think, is that the 7th foul? That was the 7th, so maybe it's 1-1. That's number 5, Kumarul. No, that's a 2-shot foul, and nobody moved. She's going to get the second one. She's going to get the bonus, even though she didn't earn it. 7 minutes to go in this final quarter of basketball in this first game of the St. Louis tip-off tourney. Rebounded by Barnes, and she gets it up to Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle to Shook. Shook's going to shoot the wide-open 3. Off. No good. Rebounded. Battled for, and the Cats come away with it. Ruddle with the basketball. She's going to be at the top of the key, and she's going to drive to the baseline is Ruddle. Looking to back up top to Bookwalter. Bookwalter. Back at the top of the key, they pull it out, restart the offense. And Bookwalter, content to dribble. The clock is the Cats' friend here, other than scoring points. Bookwalter, that's going to be tipped by the Knights. Bookwalter's going to take it all the way in and put it in, not even use the glass, right over the rim for 2. 44-27, Cats lead by 17. And Shook, good defense there by Shook, and Brewer comes away with it, steals the ball. She's being trailed by number 24, and the foul, and good, count the bucket. Foul there by number 24, Plymail. Way to go by Brewer to play through the contact. 46-27, Cats extend that lead back out to 19. Cats' largest lead was a little bit earlier by, I think it was 21, was their largest lead of the game. Right now it is 19. 6:07 to go in the final quarter. Knights bring back in Keating and Beck. One other player, 27-46. Brewer off the front of the rim. That one's short, no good, but she gets her own rebound, does Brewer. But it's stolen away by Kalista. Kalista is going to look up, try to go into the lane, but Cats block off the lane, and that was a three-pointer, no good by number 24, Plymail. And Ruddle on the fast break, going to go all the way down, kick it back out to Bookwalter for 3. Boom! Cats, 49-27. They've extended that lead back up to 22. Nice shot there by Bookwalter. And Plymail looking for somebody. Gets some help. Does Plymail get it down low to number 5 off the glass and good for Kumarul. And Wildcats, 20-point lead, 49-29, 5 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Bookwalter with the basketball, top of the key. Bookwalter goes left, going to drive, kick it out to Ruddle for 3. Boom! Cats lighten it up from outside the arc. 52-29, Cats lead by 23, their largest lead of the game. And Keating to bring the ball up. She gets it up to number 14, Beck. Beck looks for some help. Beck gets it out to number 2, Kalista, who gets to the free throw line, down low, high off the glass, rebounded by Barnes, who's going to hand it over to Shook. It's going to be a timeout call by Coach Roscoe, and we're going to get a little bit of a break here. Good call there by Coach Roscoe. Give the girls a breather. They have hit some three-pointers, quite a few here in this particular quarter. 52-29. Cats lead by 23. 4 minutes, 55 seconds to go in this first game of the St. Louis tip-off tourney. Kind of to kick off the year with a tournament against fellow homeschool teams. See where the competition is as they stack up against these teams from around the Midwest region. From Tennessee, Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Kentucky. We'll see how these teams play out. It's kind of a round robin here on the first day, and we'll see how the Cats move forward. MHEA, the team from Memphis, beat the West Michigan Hornets earlier today, we heard just a little bit ago, and so that means that MHEA may be the team to beat in this tourney, the team from Memphis. But the Cats, they went deep in that national tournament last year, finishing in the top 3 in the nation last year as they beat the Oklahoma City Storm in that Final Four game to come away with 3rd place in the nation. Cats retake the court here. It's going to be Bookwalter, Ruddle, Shook, Barnes, and Brewer. Appreciate y'all watching and listening on the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. Bookwalter is going to have the basketball. To inbound the basketball to Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Then she's going to come up the court. Ruddle across the timeline, calls the play. Ruddle swings it over to Brewer on the left side. Brewer looks down low for Bookwalter. Might have been it was tight in that corner. The fan almost got in the way of that one. And Ruddle fakes the 3. He's going to drive the baseline, put up the floater, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. It's going to be a foul on Brewer. That's going to be her 4th personal foul. With 4.5 minutes to go, Brewer in some foul trouble now with 4. 52-29. Cats lead by 23. It is a running clock again. So it must be 20. Must be the line for the running clock. That's going to be, is it 1-1 already? 1-1. Now 52. It's a lot of fouls being called on the Cats. 52-29. Oh, it's again, that's what it was in that first half. 3 fouls on the Knights have been called. 8 fouls on the Cats have been called. It's just hard to fight through that and get any momentum when you're not getting the foul calls and they're all going against you. And number 5 is going to settle at the line. That is number 5, Kumeral. Kumeral hits the first one of 2. It's a 1-1 for the Knights. Cats are going to sub in 3. That's going to be Garcia, Woodard, Roscoe check in for the Cats. That's going to be Shook, Ruddle, and Barnes. Take a break. And number 5, Kumeral on the line, shooting the second of 2. Kumeral kind of starts way back from the free throw line, then approaches it. That one's up, and that one's no good. Rims out, put back up, rebounded by Brewer. Brewer going to baseball pass it up to Garcia, who's going to pull the little short jumper and hit it. 54-30. Cats in the lead by 24. And 3-point shot by the Knights, no good. Rebounded by Garcia. Garcia with the basketball. Garcia is going to be guarded tightly by number 2, Kalista. Back to Garcia from Woodard. Garcia with the basketball, gets it up to Roscoe. Thardabat the 3. She's going to drive inside the lane, put it up, and be fouled on the play. 54-30. Roscoe saw an opening in the lane and put it up, and that's going to put Roscoe on the line shooting 2. That's going to be the 4th foul called on the Knights this half, and 8 for your Cats. 54-30. Cats in the lead by 24. First one's up and no good for Roscoe. Clock keeps ticking. It is a running clock because the Cats are leading by more than 20. 2 minutes, 19, 18. It's counting down. And Roscoe with the second is good. She hits it. The Cats extend their lead, the largest lead of the game now, 25, 55-30. Knights with the basketball. That's Snell. Snell slings it over to Linema. Linema, air ball, going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. They're going to say it was tipped on the play. It's going to be Knights basketball. 55-30, just under 2 minutes to go. Linema going to inbound the basketball for the Knights. Linema looks, and she's going to get it in to number 25, Snell, who gets it into Plymail. Plymail's trying to get it up. She puts it up. I mean, well, they're not going both ways, are they? That's a foul called on the Cats. That's going to be the 9th team foul on the Cats. It's going to put number 24, Plymail, on the line. Shooting 2, 55-30, but that's the way the clock's just going to keep on ticking through the free throws. Plymail, it's no good by Plymail. She's consoled on the line by Kalista and Bryant. Plymail to take the ball, receive it. Just about a minute remaining. Plymail settles at the line, shoots, and that one is good. 55-31. Cats lead by 24. Brewer gets it into Roscoe. Roscoe going to come up the court, cross the timeline. Speedy going to turn on the Jets there, go all the way down, put it up, and in for Roscoe. 57-31. Cats' largest lead is 26. Linema being guarded by Roscoe. Oh, that's going to be a foul on Roscoe. As they came in, that's going to be Roscoe called for the foul, and it's going to put him on the line shooting the 1-1. They'll eventually stop the clock, I would think. 33 seconds to go. Running clock. It's going to put Plymail on the line shooting 1-1. Brewer's going to take a break. Ruddle's going to check in for the Cats. It's going to be double bonus. They're saying it's a double bonus, so the clock just keeps on ticking. They can take their time on the conference. 14, 13, 12. It's going to run out on these free throws, I think. First one's no good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. This is going to be a buzzer beater shot here on the free throw. And stopped it at 5 seconds, and it's good. And now the running clock, and that's going to end the contest. Right? Oh, they come in and take Ruddle out. I'm not sure what Plymail was thinking. She just came in and ran into Ruddle. I guess she thought they had more time to go. Ruddle was like, what did you just run into me for? 57-32 is your final. Cats win by 25 against the St. Louis Knights in advance. They're going to go on to the next game tonight at 8 o'clock. You can tune in right here on the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, to hear your Cats take on. We'll find out who it is later on, but we appreciate you joining us here. We'll give you your totals here momentarily. We are once again thankful for all of our sponsors this evening as Coach Barnes tallies these up. We'll give you our sponsors here one more time. Thai Spice and Thai Connection, Taylor University, Public Servants Prayer, NASCO Industries, Meyer Groceries, JLP Electric, Integrity Real Estate, In His Hands Orphans Outreach, Greenwood Auto Tire, Gaylor Electric, Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, Distinctive Kitchen and Bath, DLZ Corporation, Chicago's Pizza, and American Senior Communities. Once again, Cats come away with a win here. We'll give you your totals here for Bookwalter. Bookwalter had 14 points in the contest. Brewer had 13. Followed up by Barnes with 8. Ruddle with 8. Roscoe with 6. Shook with 4. Garcia with 2. And Woodard with 2. That means every single Cat got on the scoreboard on the offensive category here today. And so good game turned in by your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats. So for Melody Shook, Miriam Barnes, Shelly Dove, our producer, this is Matt Barnes signing off. I appreciate everyone for joining us. Talk to you later on this evening at 7 o'clock St. Louis time, 8 o'clock. There's Barnes. Hi, Barnes. Good game, Barnes. And 8 o'clock at Eastern time. We look forward to seeing you right here again on the WBN. So long, everyone.